Today I'll unpack why choline is essential to liver fat removal while showing you how to get enough through dietary food sources. If you've ever spent any time researching fatty liver disease, you've probably noticed that there's a lot of information talking about how to stop fat from getting into your liver. Understandably so, because it's how you got this disease in the first place. And knowing how you got here will help you to learn how to reverse it moving forward. But what about the fat that is already in your liver? How do we get it out? Your doctor's first prescription is often diet and exercise. And while that is correct, what if you had the cheat code to speed things along? Well, as it turns out, your liver already has a cheat code programmed into it. And we can think of it as a shipping department. A very specific shipping department designed to package fat into VLDL particles and ship it out into the bloodstream where other tissues can use it for energy, thus removing it from the liver in the process. The key to all this is that the shipping department requires one specific raw material to build the boxes. If you don't eat enough of this nutrient, the shipping department shuts down and the fat stays trapped in your liver. That nutrient is called choline. So let's use the shipping analogy to explain this further. To get triglycerides, or your fat, out of your liver, your body has to package them into a particle called very low density lipoprotein, VLDL. Think of VLDL as a moving truck made up of two things. The first thing is the truck's cargo, or liver fat. The second thing is the delivery structure, or the truck itself. This is called phosphatidylcholine. Phosphatidylcholine cannot be made without choline. So no phosphatidylcholine, no truck. And it's hard to ship fat without a truck. There are many studies by Dr. Stephen H. Zeisel of the University of North Carolina, Nutrition Research Institute, related to choline. His research shows that people with a choline-deficient diet develop fatty liver in a matter of weeks. When choline was added back into their diets, their liver fat began to reverse. This is one of the most direct mechanisms we can visualize. No choline equals no trucks equals no way to remove liver fat, which equals fatty liver. So now you know, your body needs choline, but how much do you need? The U.S. National Institute of Health reports an adult male needs 550 milligrams per day, while adult females, who are not pregnant or breastfeeding, need 425 milligrams per day. You'll notice the recommendation is lower for women, and that's not arbitrary, so I dug deeper to figure out why. Apparently, before menopause, estrogen activates an enzyme called PEMT that allows your body to synthesize some phosphatidylcholine on its own, partially offsetting your dietary needs. After menopause, when estrogen naturally drops, that synthesis pathway weakens and dietary choline becomes significantly more important. This is actually one of the reasons why fatty liver rates in women rise sharply after menopause, because the female body loses one of its natural defenses. So if you're a mature woman, the 425 milligram figure may actually underestimate what your liver needs, and you may want to shoot for the adult male target of 550 milligrams per day. Research suggests that only 1 in 10 Americans meet their daily required intake of choline. So if you are the other 9 out of 10, we need to answer our next question, which is what are the best dietary sources of choline? Beef liver is often cited as the highest food source, but that is based on a 3-ounce serving. And I know beef liver is tough to palate for many folks, myself included. So if we look at eating just 1 ounce of beef liver, you'll consume about 120 milligrams of choline, which is pretty good, but only 20 to 25% of your daily value, which all points to it probably not being the best source of choline. A more palatable option, and one that may already be a staple in your diet, is my personal favorite, eggs. 1 large egg contains 147 milligrams of choline, making it the top single dietary source. Excellent! Party on, my fatty liver folks. I love eating hard-boiled eggs with some soy sauce or pan-frying them with black pepper and turmeric, a powerful combo that aids your liver. Not keen on beef, liver, or eggs? Here are some good sources of dietary choline. A half cup of soybeans coming in at 117 milligrams. 3 ounces of chicken breast, or 93% lean ground beef, is 72 milligrams, while 3 ounces of fish is just 1 milligram less at 71 milligrams. You'll also see that various cruciferous vegetables, like half cup of broccoli or Brussels sprouts, have 31 and 32 milligrams respectively. Beans often have around 50 milligrams per half cup serving, while one of my favorite grains, quinoa, has 43 milligrams. I've been religiously tracking all of my food since my fatty liver diagnosis, and looking at the data, I can see the difference between me hitting or missing my choline target for the day centers around my ability to consume 2 whole eggs. And I put the emphasis on the word whole. I know a lot of fitness gurus like to utilize a lot of egg whites for increased protein, and that can be great for hitting other macronutrient targets in your diet. But the majority of the choline in eggs is coming almost 100% from the yolk. That is where the magic happens, my friends. If you only use egg whites, you are depriving your liver of the very nutrient it needs to ship fat out of your liver. So now that you know that my favorite dietary sources of choline are eggs, I want to know what yours are. Let me know in the comments what your favorite high choline food is and why. Lastly, a quick note on supplements. Some research suggests that excess supplemental choline can be converted by gut bacteria into TMAO, which is a compound linked to cardiovascular risk. Excess intake is much less of a concern with whole food sources like eggs, and another reason I stick to food first over supplements. It is much harder to overdose on choline when you're getting it from whole eggs, meat, and broccoli. Plus, the food comes with the fiber matrix and protein that pills just don't have.